Hi there, in this screencast I'm going to solve some of the problems that you may see on tomorrow's quiz on solving polynomial equations by higher order factoring. Okay, in the first problem here I'm asked to solve an equation and I see that there are four terms. That tells me I'm going to do factoring by grouping. So in factoring by grouping I'm going to group the first two terms together and the second two terms together and factor each independently using GCF factoring. So for the first terms, I can factor out x squared, and I get x squared times x minus 2. And then out of the second two terms, I can factor out a negative 2, and I get x, let's see, times x minus 2. Now I bring that common term out, and then what's left becomes the second binomial. And now I set each of those factors to 0 and solve. So for this one, I get x minus 2 equals 0, add 2. That gives me a solution of x equals 2. For this one, I'm going to add 2. That gives me x squared equals 2. And now I'm going to solve by taking square roots. So I get x equals plus minus square root of 2. So that means I have three solutions, plus minus square root of 2 and 2. All right, next one. Okay, so I have three terms here, so I know I'm going to do quadratic form factoring, factoring it as if it were a trinomial. So I need two numbers that multiply to be negative 21 and add up to 4. That would be 7 and 3, negative 3. So now I set each of those factors to be 0 and solve. So I'm going to, let's see, solve by taking square roots for each of them. And to take square roots, I need to get the x squared all by itself on one side of the equation. Then I do plus minus square root both sides. And then this is going to give me x equals plus or minus I root 7. Okay, then the other one, I'm going to add 3, gives me x squared equals 3. Take square roots, and I get x equals plus minus root 3. So those are my three problems, or my four, I should say, my four solutions, not my three problems. Okay. And then the last one is one of, it's going to have two terms, if I can find it. Let's see. There it is. So this is in the form, this is the sum of perfect cubes. So the sum of perfect cubes, when you have a cubed plus b cubed, that factors to be a plus b times a squared minus ab plus b squared. Okay, so in this case, my x is what's in the a position, and then 125 is really 5 cubed. So really I have x cubed plus 5 cubed, and using the factoring pattern from up here, it's going to give me x plus 5 times x squared minus 5x plus 25. Alright, so now I set each factor equal to 0. So that gives me x equals negative 5. And in the other one, I have to use the quadratic formula. So, for this equation, my a is 1, my b is negative 5, and c is 25. So negative b plus minus square root of b squared minus 4ac all over 2a becomes 5 plus or minus 25 minus 4ac, that's 4 times 1 times 25, so minus 100 all over 2 times 1, or 2. So that is 5 plus or minus square root of negative 75 over 2. 75 is 5 squared times 3. So the square root of 5 squared times 3 is going to be 5. And since it was negative, I'm going to get 5i. So I'm going to get 5 plus or minus 5i root 3 over 2. And that would be my two solutions. All right. Thank you, Brian, for watching this. You may collect your extra credit points. And the secret sentence was, let's see, ooh, what was it going to be? I'll just make it, the life you save may be your own. It's from some book I remember reading back in 9th grade, I think, when I was in 9th grade. So that would be, the life you save may be your own. All right, get a good night's sleep, and we will see you tomorrow. Cheers.